Hi, my name is David, and in today's video we are going to show you how you can create fantastic metallic and neon and other special colors using your standard laser printer, Ghost White toner and our Flex Soft transfer media. I will quickly walk you through the process and the possibilities of this material. I've got mini Ghost White toner laser printer set up here, and I've got a Ghost White toner cartridge installed. Ghost White toner cartridges are interchangeable toner cartridges which you can insert in your laser printer instead of the black cartridge. With a white toner installed, everything black on your computer screen will print out in white. At Ghost White Toner we've got cartridges for many laser printers featuring mostly the brands HP, Canon and a few Samsung printers. So you're very welcome to check our webpage if your printer might be under them and you can start printing with white toner. Laser printers can usually print in cyan, magenta, yellow and black, and with a Ghost White toner you can also print in white. But what about specialty colors, like for example neon, pink, orange or green, or solid colors like fire truck red, or for example other special colors like rosé, metallic tones, gold tones, silver tones, copper tones. These are usually not possible to be printed out on a laser printer directly. With Flex Soft transfer media, which we offer at Ghost, you can use the Mini Ghost but also any other laser printer to print on these transfer foils and create colors that are normally not possible on a laser printer, and put these colors down on anything that you like. You can put them down onto fabrics like t-shirts or tank tops or hoodies or anything like that. You can even put them onto fabrics like felt. For this example, a big felt shopping bag. You can put them on wood. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to print an art design on this piece of wood which is too thick to go through the laser printer, and we're going to transfer. You could also use cardboard, for example, or leather or other natural open surface materials where you can use these transfer foils to transfer your design onto one of these things. So let's head right into it. Today I'm wanting to print a design which I'll show you in a minute on the screen. It's basically a world map, and I want to print it on this piece of wood. It's kind of a walnut dark wood, and I want to choose one of my colors, and I'm pretty fancy for this metallic green. Looks really cool, so I'm going to put that foil into the printer. The Flex Soft transfer media works almost like the laser dark media, which you know from many of our other videos. So you have an A sheet which is coated on one side with the glossy finish or metallic finish or neon finish, which you're going to see in the final result, and on the other side is matte, which is the side we are actually going to print on. So I pop that into the printer quickly. Just as always, make sure that the matte side is facing up, because that's the side you want the printer to print on. Make sure you've got the Ghost White toner cartridge installed. Close the printer and you're good to go. I've got my design on the computer here, and it's basically a world map. As you can see on the screen, it's all in black, and the design is already flipped because you can see that kind of, South America, Latin America is on the wrong side, same as Australia. But this is because I'm going to print in a transfer process. For a transfer process, you will always want your design to be mirrored. When I use Mini Ghost on a Windows computer, I don't have the mirror option in the printer driver, so I have to make sure that my design is mirrored before I start. So I just open a print dialog. I choose Ghost 150, my little Ghost printer from the printers, and I go to settings. Just quickly walk through the settings. I've got a paper tab here, and I will make sure that lightweight paper is selected. This is what we always use for the A foil. In graphic, I'm wanting to print in grayscale mode. I don't want to have any like economy mode or so. I want all that turned off so that I get the most toner laid down in this design. And then we're good to go, and I'll just hit print. Once the print is ready, you can see that you can't see much. On the one side, it's still just the coating, which is kind of metallic in this case. But on the other side, you can see the world map that is printed in complete white. And this is exactly what we want. In this process, we are also going to use a B sheet, the B paper, which is also available in our store. By the way, we always link all the products to all these colors, to the B sheet, and of course the printer in the description of this video. So make sure to check this out, visit the website for more examples and details on the products, and I think you will find many great ideas that you can do. So what happens here is that we are going to press these two sheets together, the A sheet, which has got the coating, and the B sheet, which got sort of a glue. And with that, we're going to transfer it over to our wood, or we could also use a t-shirt or a bag, but we're sticking with the wood for today. So let's clean up the heat press. This press is already preheated to 160 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to just close it and have it preheat the lower plate for about a minute or two, just to make sure that it is really, really hot, because this is important for the A to B transfer. Now that the time on the heat press is up, I'm going to place my A sheet on the bottom, and I'm going to cover it with the B sheet. I'm going to fold over the edge just like I do with other transfer papers. Makes it easier for me to pick it up once the transfer is done. Also, I'm going to use some standard A3 copy paper, like 80 grams or so, and this is 5 to 8 sheets tacked together with some heat-resistant tape. And now I'm going to press for 120 seconds with the medium to high pressure. You can see I used some of my body weight to pull down the press, and during that 2 minutes, the glue on the B paper, the adhesive, is going to melt, and it's going to react with the toner on the A sheet, and it's going to walk over to the A sheet so that this transfer is without any cutting and any weeding. So we will only transfer the printed areas. There's no cutting or weeding to do, so it really makes the job easy for you. Once the time is up, make sure that you have a little cloth ready. This can be used to smooth out the heat a little bit, and also so that you don't burn your fingers when you lift the A foil and the B paper off each other. This process has to take place on the hot lower plate. This is also the reason why I did preheat the lower plate before I started pressing. Press opens up automatically. I just pull out this tray, take away the copy paper, give a quick wipe over my A and B sheet. Now I lift it off and I hold down here, and then I just start peeling. I peel in a smooth motion, don't peel too fast, but also not too slow. And I make sure that when I come to the edges of my design, I do let the paper come off by itself. So I just slow down a little bit. This makes sure that there's not too much pressure and that it lifts off like magic. Okay, great. So as you can see, the areas on the B sheet are now on the A sheet. You can also feel that it's kind of sticky. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to cut along the edge of my design. Sometimes there's some line on the side of the paper, and I will just cut that off because I don't want that in my final transfer. All right, once we're done with that, we're good to go. So I'm going to take my piece of wood and deciding on which side to print on. So, well, I think I'm going to choose this side. I'm giving it a quick pre-pressing. I'm a big fan of pre-pressing because sometimes in things there's like moisture or anything, and so we can wick that away to make sure that it doesn't interfere with our transfer process. Just open it up. All right. Now, this is a bit tricky. in contrast to my A foil, which is always transparent, it's kind of hard to align my design. So for this, it's kind of easy because I can just make sure that I've got it straight with the edges, but it's not as easy as with the A foil. I'm now pressing for about 5 to 10 seconds. I make it really quick because this is not a very thick material. All right, that's 10 seconds gone. I'm going to open my heat press, lift off my silicone paper, and take off my transfer. So as always, this has to completely cool down before I can start peeling the A foil from the substrate, from this kind of wood substrate. It's important that it cools down because if the temperature difference is not high enough, I'm going to rip off the design, and this certainly is something that we don't want. Okay, once the thing is completely cool, you can see I've cleaned up my workspace a little bit, because when peeling something I always like to work on a clean and even surface with nothing interfering. As always, I will start on the edge of the design. I will fold over the edge and start peeling, and as you can see, only the printed areas come over and the rest stays on the design. I peel in a rolling motion over the design, and you can see that everything comes off nice and clean. I apply a little pressure with my hands, just making sure that I keep that rolling motion all the way. Now we're on Greenland, okay, United States, Canada, Alaska, the Aleut Islands. All right, almost there. Okay, fantastic. Wow. So we've got a nice clean transfer from all the way down in the Philippines, all the way up to the Aleut Islands. We've got a nice clean transfer. And you can see that this is still pretty glossy. And actually, we want to keep that glossy finish, to keep that shiny finish, but to make the print a bit more durable and have the design melt even a little deeper into the fabric, we're going to use glossy finish paper. This product is also available in our web store. It comes in the same size as our popular matte finish economy paper. While the matte finish paper gives a matte finish, this paper, as you can see, has kind of a glossy coating and will give you a glossy finish. So back to the heat press, just cover it up. And we're going to press for like 5 to 10 seconds, just briefly, to get this transfer melt down into the substrate as much as possible. All right, that's it. And then gently lift it up. And you will see that you get a really nice glossy finish. Now, after repressing with the glossy finish, you can see that the design even got so deep into the wood surface here that you can see some of the wood structure. This can be adjusted by just adjusting the pressure of your heat press. Actually, for this piece of art, I really like it. And I think I need a frame for this. Got one. All right, so let's quickly frame this. And this is how easy it is with, Ghost White Toner and our transfer media to create all kinds of outstanding artwork that you will use. All right, just put it in a frame here, align it, close it, and there we go. A world of creation is at your fingertips if you have a Ghost White Toner printer, no matter whether it is Mini Ghost, Little Ghost or Big Ghost, and our transfer media, which does not only come as a transparent sheet transferring fabulous white and colors, but also transferring colors that are normally impossible on a laser printer are now possible with Ghost. Please leave a thumbs up if you liked the video. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button to make sure that you get always notified when we put out new videos. I say thanks for watching and see you next time.